So normally, this is a product category that I don't do unboxing videos for because it's kind of just a mood experience and ooh, there's the product. But this one I kind of got excited for and it just showed up 5-10 minutes ago. This is July's carry-on trunk. I'm really excited to finally see it. So without further ado, let's open the box, shall we? Okay, so July makes some really cool luggage. Like I said, I don't do unboxings for luggage because it's not a whole bunch of stuff coming out, but they did, this box just kind of asks to be opened specially. I don't know why, it's just, I guess it just stands out. All right, so I've already cut the tape, but let's see, just so I could do that. All right, and of course they have a wonderful bag that it comes in. The wheels are on that side. Get the box out of the way. Okay, so just pull through. There we go. I must not have pulled the right loop. Now they offer this in a whole bunch of colors. I got it in red. That's a sexy piece of luggage right there. So the big thing about luggage, there are two things that I specifically look for in any luggage that I personally recommend or want for myself or my family. One, I don't necessarily like zippered luggage. It's not that it can't be done right, it can be, and some luggage is actually quite nice that's zippered. But traditionally, I think my go-to is a framed piece of luggage, meaning it's got hinges on it, like here, so it's kind of like a briefcase style, and then you have your locking mechanisms that close. Now, there is a downside to it. Zippered luggage does have the capability of being a little bit more effective when you're actually squeezing things in. Of course, zippered luggage is less expensive. A lot of that luggage is, some of it's polycarbonate, but some of it's fabric, and fabrics are cheaper. So in all reality, a framed piece of luggage is going to cost you more money. You do get that benefit of being solid. It's really solid. It's built very well. And I love the capability of just flopping it open and it's not all loose and everything. Number two, that I personally look for when I buy a piece of luggage, or I recommend a piece of luggage, or for my wife or my kids, we're looking for luggage or whichever. Colors. I know a lot of people like whites and blacks, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think black luggage looks fantastic, but everybody's got it. So when you have a piece of luggage that stands out, now I personally try to never check a bag. I don't like it. I don't want them handling my luggage very forcefully. I keep it with me any and every time possible. But there are those circumstances that you have to hand it off to somebody. And when you're going through the carousel to pick your luggage out and watch for it to come out, having something that's really bright, stands out, is awesome. It makes it stand out, makes it easy to see it from across the room. You know it's yours. And so, not to say that somebody else isn't going to have this luggage, but the probability of somebody having on your flight is low. Same token, these polycarbonates like this, easy to throw stickers on, so really easy to make it your own. So without further ado, I mean, I love the look of it. It is fantastic looking. We're going to get into this. We're going to open it up. All right. So we have the nice piece of luggage. Obviously, we have a nice handle here, two buttons down at the bottom. Boom, like a briefcase, right? I'm going to open her up, and maybe I'll get the camera in a different location. Okay, so we have inside here what I would call lower compartment, upper compartment, but either way, it doesn't really matter. Over on this side, we have a compression piece. So this clip has, extra, strap there. And this is actually attached to the one side. This does have a zippered piece here, so you can put some small thin goods there. And the nice thing is that's attached. All right, so easy to flop way out of the way on the bed or whatever. And then you have space here. Now, most luggage is going to have the handle built into the bottom down here, and this is no different. So that's going to take up some space. You'll have, you can put some thinner stuff here on the sides and sides, but then you'll have this space. Now, when you put things in here, this piece here you set on here, that's kind of your overall compression piece. And then when you take this strap here, you can pull on this guy here and tighten it down to squeeze this guy down. So that's what that has. It's fixed in 3 locations here. Very similar, actually, these, I don't know what you call these D-ring guys here, the 3 points. Very similar to my Rimowa, for probably almost the exact same piece. Then we have our piece here. This does have some snaps and some Velcro here. Basically, it's to get by the hinge. You can actually take this off if you need to, but I'm not going to because there's no need. Then on this side, another zippered compartment. Let's see what we got here. Of course, some silica gel. And this would be like the probably warranty card and such, I would assume. We're here for you. Use your power for good. Yep, so just some standard stuff on the inside, going over things with the, just the standard things you get with most new products, right? And then this guy here, nice little storage tote, perforated. Spot clean sponge. Oh, look at that. For removing unwanted memorable travel marks. So they actually give you, it's kind of like Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. Basically the same material. So it's a microfiber or micro sponge that'll take any unwanted marks off your suitcase. So there is that. I'm gonna throw that back in the bag. And then secondly, oh, look at that. USB-C to USB-A charging cable. Well, that's pretty nifty. Okay, we'll get into that here in a minute. So that's the divider. Then this just has elastic pieces to go to the corners. I will say real quick that these hooks that are in the corners are becoming more popular in a lot of suitcases. Some of them don't have them in the corners. Some of them have them kind of like, you know, a few inches in, sticking out. And depending on how far they stick out is whether or not they're obtrusive. More specifically, what we found on our last large trip that we did last year, the one my daughter had right here was sticking out far enough that we were using Ziploc bags, the kind of the Ziploc type compression bags to get as much clothing into the suitcase as possible. We ended up ripping 1 or 2 of them actually on those clips over time, over usage. I do like the fact that these are in the corner. They're definitely more out of the way and they're not sticking out too much. So I don't think these will be an issue. It's the ones that are more kind of a few inches out. They can be an issue depending on how far they stick out. So I did want to make mention of that. We do have a center bag here. If we open it up here, let's see what they have in here. Oh, look at that. Another storage bag that just comes with it. So this would be like my dirty clothes bag. That's what this would be for me. And so you keep it in the center here, and then you get this out obviously when you're on vacation and you start building up a dirty clothes pile. Now, another component you definitely want to look at whenever you're looking at these pieces of luggage is the wheels, because you want a wheel that actually has good freedom of motion in terms of going around, but it's going to have, there's a couple ways to look at it. One, this rubberized wheel on here is going to definitely have this go down the hard floors a lot smoother. Anything that's rough, it's going to ride a lot smoother. It's going to pull better. However, if you're going to be on carpet, the softer the wheel, the more it digs into the carpet, the harder it is to push down the carpet at hallways at like hotels and such. So there are drawbacks to certain things. So it's kind of finding that balance. And of course, I'm looking forward to seeing how well these balance out. Right away, looks like solid wheels. There's no ball bearings in these, like some of the more expensive luggage out there. But for what they are, they look pretty solid. Now, the latches are another hugely important item because they're going to keep your suitcase closed. In this case, this is a polycarbonate lower piece here. And then when you bring the upper piece down, this actually is a metallic latch that if you push in, will clip into place. And it's as simple as that. So I do like the fact that there's, you know, not every piece is moving here. You do have a solid piece here, a solid piece up here, and then you just have this little guy here. Time will tell how this works when you actually have the suitcase full, and I'm going to definitely be testing that. But that's a pretty neat little latch mechanism. Now also, this can be set to any code you want. Essentially on the side here, there's a little flicker. You flick it down, you set the code, and then you flick it back up, and then it's set. You have to have the code in it, in the unlocked portion, to be able to use that. So it's not a safety feature for it to be on the outside. But if it's unlocked, you can set it to whatever code you want. Now, I wanted to save one of the coolest features to last, and that's why this USB-C cable came with it. So, let's show you that while we're showing you the handle. So we do have a telescoping handle here, plenty long, and the lovely thing is, unlike some brands, this actually reminds me a lot of my Rimowa in that there's almost an infinite amount of places that I can actually put this handle. And I know you didn't see it very well, I'll back up here in a second. But behind this handle, right here, there's a little door. So you can see the little door here. We just push that little guy there. And right there, you can see there's a nice little battery pack. USB-A there, USB-C, also a USB, what is that, micro USB actually? So you push it down, you can pull that battery pack out, use your power for good, and yeah, it's a micro USB, USB-C, USB-A, and, well, 2 USB-As. So yeah, we can power a lot of stuff here. USB-C, I'm assuming, is for the input side. As for the USB, the micro USB, but it gives you 2 different options. That's kind of cool. I'm gonna test that as well. But then you can just see it stays in there, so you can plug your stuff in here, or if you want to pull this out and use it out of the suitcase. It's just a nice little handy storage spot that is built into the handle underneath spots that are harder to use in the suitcase anyway. I did want to mention right here, this is actually a button that you can check to see how the charge status of the actual battery pack. That's handy. And here's what I meant by the handle. So if I take it all the way down, that's great. I can go all the way up. But if I push this button in, I can stop it at any point. Any point. I love handles like that because that is extremely usable and you can get it at the exact height that's comfortable for you. And then of course, stow it when you're not using it. Now, I get it. This was an unboxing video, but I did go through pretty much all the features of this guy, and I've said like a lot of good things about it. I've said a couple things that I want to pay attention to when I'm using it, but I have a hard time calling this a review because in all reality, I haven't used it yet. And I don't like doing full actual reviews of products unless I physically use it. Luggage is something that I'm not going to just walk around the house with. This is something you want to take into an airport with you. So I am going to be using it and testing it out and seeing what I like and what I don't like. Whether or not it's on an airline or not, I am going to be using it and I am going to be toting it around, and I will come back with an actual review on this guy. So without further ado, thank you for watching to the end of this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and come on back for the full review. I will put a link at the end of this video as well as in the description if you want to check that out. I'm not promising that it's going to come within the next 2 weeks because typically, well, trips don't happen all the time. But I am going to actually do a trip with this guy, and yes, I'm going to put it through his paces. So far, I really like it. Of course, it stands out. There's no doubt about that. It stands out like a sore thumb, and I love that about it. But a lot of features built into this guy, and it looks like cargo space, decent. Whenever you're talking about a hard-sided suitcase, you do lose a little bit. It doesn't flex as much. It is polycarbonate, so it does flex more than like my aluminum one does, but I am looking forward to testing it out. So with that said, guys, thanks again for watching to the end. Again, if you have any questions or comments, put that down in the comment section. If you have a piece of July luggage, let everybody know what you think of it. This trunk model, I really like, and they do have a Trunk Plus, which actually has, or maybe it's a Pro, that has a open front piece here for your laptop and such, I believe. So I am looking, I would love to see that one as well, compared to this one, but the trunk will do for now. Thanks for watching. Catch you back here on techgooch for another future video review. See you soon.